Good morning, first years. Egerton University, the Dean of Students Office, Coilib Media, Coilib Center, and Mwanzo Music welcome you to today's orientation. Please learn more and enjoy. All my people, we go John Sokyo. Postman, we go John Sokyo. John Sokyo. We go to John Sokyo. All my people, we go John Sokyo. Postman, we go John Sokyo. When the bed do the enter body, and the girl them go shake their body. They go shake their body. Oluwabana go bona belly. Ona belly. You dey go money, you dey go police. Me I dey love you kindly. Jiggy 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 jiggy. Oti wo say I decrease and not normal, but I display you the money on your mouth. You supposed to know, say me no be newcomer. So my baby make you no go dollar, no go dollar. When the bed do the enter body, and the girl them go shake their body. Go shake their body. Oluwabana go bona belly. You dey go money, you dey go police. May I dey love you kindly. As I dey sing, they feel the bass. Make all the people jump around. Make all the listen well because I know for sure. No joking around. Listen, man can tell you what it's all about. I know we tell you as he want to eat a coconut. You sit down inside, boss, you see the boss. Oh yeah, look, ta. See some more begin where they para, where they go. Kilo shell pa. Oh look, ta. Look, ta. See some more begin where they para, where they go. Kilo shell pa. The bed do the enter body, and the girl them go shake their body. They go shake their body. Oluwabana go bona belly. You dey go money, you dey go police. Me I dey love you kindly. Baba wa huruma, Muumba wa mbingu na dunia, mwanzo na mwisho. Sisi watoto tutakusifu na tutakuabudu, ndiyo sababu twasema asante. Nishike mkono nisianguke, nahitaji msaada kutoka kwako. Unipe nguvu na uvumilivu Baba, ili niwe wako. Ili niwe wako. Tazama kila pande ya dunia, kuna viumbe vya kila aina, na kuna sisi kwa mfano wake. Mungu Baba ni mwenye kutupenda, Mungu Baba ni mwenye kutujali. Umenipanga kwa uhai wako, umefanya nini kwa kubarikiwa. Mungu ni mwema, mwenye rehema zote. Nishike mkono nisianguke, nahitaji msaada kutoka kwako. Nipe nguvu na uvumilivu Baba, ili niwe wako. Niwe wako. Tukipiga magoti Baba, tusamehe dhambi zetu. Tuko mbele zako tukiwa wanyenyekevu Baba, tupe amani. Tuko mbele zako tukipiga magoti Baba, tusamehe dhambi zetu. Tuko mbele zako tukiwa wanyenyekevu Baba, tupe amani. If you can, please sing along. Selena Nyamboku, you're so beautiful. Sitamruhusu akuchape, nami silali, sipati usingizi, kula siwezi ukilia. Selena Nyamboku, I want to marry you. so beautiful. Ulitoka kwenu bila alama. Wasi upendo, hiyo si heshima. Watu wazima huongea. Selina Nyamboku. You're so beautiful. Selina Nyamboku. I want to marry you. Selina Nyamboku, you're so beautiful. Takuwakilisha mbele ya wazee. Kama ni shuka, kama ni mbuzi, na warejeshea mara mbili. Selina Nyamboku, you're so beautiful. Ulitoka kwenu bila alama. Wasi upendo, hiyo si heshima. Watu wazima huongea. Moyo wayoyoma, kipenzi changu roho na kuyanza, nikikutazama. Moyo wayoyoma, kipenzi changu roho na kuyanza, nikikutazama. Moyo wayoyoma, kipenzi changu roho na kuyanza. twatembea matopeni, usiwasikize matapeli. Kesho tuna gari, mina saka mali, twende kwenu mashambani, nikalipe bahari, tuishi kwa amani. Nikikutazama moyo wayoyoma, kipenzi changu roho na kuyanza. Nikikutazama moyo wayoyoma, kipenzi changu roho na kuyanza. Nikikutazama moyo wayoyoma, kipenzi changu roho na kuyanza. Twatembea matopeni, usiwasikize matapeli. Kesho tuna gari, mina saka mali, twende kwenu mashambani, nikalipe bahari, tuishi kwa amani. Nikikutazama moyo wayoyoma, kipenzi changu roho na kuyanza. Nikikutazama moyo wayoyoma, kipenzi changu roho na kuyanza. Nikikutazama moyo wayoyoma, kipenzi changu roho na kuyanza. Nameless my dear, oh mpenzi sincere, mpenzi wangu sincere, ninakumisi Isa ni mos, oh my baby you're so close, let me wapo hele na kuyanza. Nikikutazama moyo wayoyoma, kipenzi changu roho na kuyanza. Nikikutazama moyo wayoyoma, kipenzi changu roho na kuyanza. Nikikutazama moyo wayoyoma, kipenzi changu roho na kuyanza. Kweli toto si toto, na roho ya mtoto, nipe buzu mazizi, ninakumisi, twende tumone kasisi, audisi kwa ofisi, turingie mapisi, na kuyanza. Nikikutazama moyo wayoyoma, kipenzi changu roho na kuyanza. Nikikutazama moyo wayoyoma, kipenzi changu roho na kuyanza. kipenzi changu na kuyanza nikikutazama. Machozi yangu yote na malizika, mie nitalala na nani? We unaenda, mie paka ni mawazo, mie paka ni kuwazawaza. We unaenda kama ile njia ya kuenda, kama ni maisha ya kufuata. Wewe dada, rail on, rail on, rail on, rail on, seems us away. Alessa, from the top one more time. Tuanze kutoka juu. Kama uko nyumbani imba na sisi. Machozi yangu yote na malizika, mie nitalala na nani? We unaenda. Let's go. Mie paka ni mawazo, mie paka ni kuwazawaza. We unaenda. Twende. Kama ile njia ya kuenda, na kama ni maisha ya kufuata. Wewe dada, rail on, rail on, rail on, rail on, seems us away. Rail on, rail on, rail on, seems us away. The things we do for love. Huh? Makofi ya gitaa pale nyumbani, makofi ya gitaa pale nyumbani, twende. Mpe makofi eh? Haya, tuimbe sasa eh? Mie paka ni mawazo, hapo unaniacha. Na kama we unaenda, rail on, rail on, rail on, seems us away. Rail on, rail on, rail on, seems us away. Sijui kama nasikia vile mimi nasikia. If you're feeling the music, kindly join me one more time singing that verse. Mpaka ni mawazo, hapo unaniacha. Na kama we unaenda, rail on, Makofi ya keyboard pale nyumbani. Twende. Salama kazi nzuri. Wapi makofi watu wangu. Haya, tuimbe chorus mara ya mwisho. Rain on, sings us away. Rain on, sings us away.
Put the camera off. Ama watu wananiona. Good morning. Welcome to day 3 of our Egerton University 2021 Freshmen and Women Orientation Program. We hope you have enjoyed the last 2 days. This is the 3rd day, and you can access and join this program through various platforms. You can actually go to firstyears.egerton.ac.ke website, and then the whole program will be there for you. You can also make a phone call to 0711 082 444. 0711 082 and 444. And you can also, we also have other platforms you can use. You may also access, like our Facebook page, Egerton University, Transforming Lives Through Quality Education. And you'll be able to join. You may also subscribe to our YouTube channel at Egerton University, _official. Those who would like to join by Zoom, the Zoom details are provided on our website, our firstyears.egerton.ac.ke website. And the details, the link and the password is there at the bottom. You scroll down and you'll see the bottom at the bottom. So you can also follow us on Twitter if you wish at Egerton Uni, Kenya. So on this third day, if you missed day one, on day one, I'll just run through very quickly which the activities you can access on YouTube. They are recorded. There were introductory remarks from the Dean of Students, the Counseling Office, Chaplaincy gave us their activities, games, sports and recreation, Student Leadership Development Program, Egerton University Association, that is EUSA, the Students Association. We also had on day one, we had the university security, so that you know you are secure when you are at the university. University medical department, taking care of your health, matters, HIV, AIDS, and reproductive health issues. Then NACADA was also here. Transport, how you can access or use the transport available at the university. Then on that day, we also had a session on students asking questions, and the Dean of Students Office responded. On day two, which was yesterday, we had the Directorate of Board of Undergraduate Studies, which admitted you to this university. Then we had the Registrar Academic Affairs, under which you fall as university students, and he responded to various questions that you raised. We also had ICT, telling you how you can maneuver while you are on campus and while you are a student here. We had Higher Education Loans Board, which will be giving you your loans. When we finish orientation, you make sure you don't miss out on that. If you missed, you go to the website and you get the information. We had finance that explained all matters to do with the finances here at university and as a student. Library is one of the activities that we had, and the library access information was provided yesterday. Now, today, we are starting day 3 with very, very exciting and very specific activities. But before that, I would like to remind you that if you have an issue, you have something to be responded to, make sure you call 0711 082 444. You can access an officer who will respond to your needs and your queries instantly. So before that, I would like us to prepare ourselves for the national anthem, for the East African anthem, and also our Egerton anthem. And I would like to request you, wherever you are, you just stand, because you are respecting your nation, you are patriotic enough. So just stand wherever you are, even if you are not in a good position, try and stand. So we are ready now for the national anthem, then East African anthem, and the Egerton anthem. Make sure you stand wherever you are.
us to thee we pray. Bless our university, a world-class varsity for humanity advancement. Egerton University we are. Passion for excellence, devotion to duty, professionalism, thus until in one accord, Egerton University we are. Ushirikiano na haki kwa wote, elimu hakika, tunapata ujuzi wa maendeleo ya kimataifa. Egerton chuo chetu cha hakika, kwa ufanisi kujitolea, utenda kazi milele, tukiungana kwa pamoja. Egerton chuo chetu cha hakika. In our varsity is set to achieve great opportunities to research and transforming lives through quality education. Egerton University we are. Kwa ufanisi kujitolea, utenda kazi milele, tukiungana kwa pamoja. Egerton chuo chetu cha hakika.
Remain standing as we pray. Our Heavenly Father, we are thankful this morning. Thank you for the beautiful day that you've blessed us with. Thank you for our freshmen and women who have been admitted to our university. May you walk and work with us this day. Guide us into doing what is right according to thy will. Bless us all, Father, for we ask all this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Thank you very much for the national anthem, East African anthem, Egerton University anthem, and the prayer. Now, today's program is specific, and I would like just to remind you about it very quickly. Today we are going to have Faculty of Agriculture this morning, and the Faculty of Agriculture will be guided by the Dean of Faculty of Agriculture, Professor Faraj. Then in the afternoon, we are going to have Faculty of Education, starting 2:30. So when the Dean of the faculty completes his speech, there will be a question and answer session, which you will now be able to call in and send your questions, and the Dean and the members of the faculty will be able to respond to your questions. I would like to remind you again the call number, those who have just joined in, and you are not there day 1 and day 2, today is specifically for Faculty of Agriculture. The call number is 0711 082 444. So you can call in at the time when the questions will be required. Then you can access the platform and you can join these activities on first years www.egerton.ac.ke. Then you like our page, Facebook page, Egerton University, Transforming Lives Through Quality Education. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel at Egerton University, _official. Those on Zoom who like to join by Zoom, you can have the details under that website where the program is. It's provided, the Zoom link and the password. You can also follow the program, the proceedings on Twitter at Egerton Uni Kenya. So now I would like to welcome the Faculty of Agriculture.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Abdul Faraj, Professor Abdul Faraj, the Dean Faculty of Agriculture, and I'm here to welcome you to Egerton University. The Faculty of Agriculture is the oldest faculty in the university. It started in 1939. In this faculty, we have 4 departments. The first department is the Department of Horticulture, Crops, Horticulture, and Soils. The chairman of the department is Dr. Robert Gesimba, who is a horticulturist. In this department, we have a number of programs. We have a diploma in horticulture. We have a BSc in horticulture. We have a BSc in agriculture. We have a BSc in soils science. The second department in the faculty is the Department of Dairy and Food Science and Technology. The chairman of this department is Dr. Mary Omwamba, who is a dairy technologist. We have 3 programs: Diploma in Dairy Technology, Bachelor of Science in Dairy Technology and Management, Bachelor of Science in Food Science and Technology. The third department in this faculty is the Department of Agricultural Economics and Agricultural Business. The chairperson of this department is Professor Patience Mushenga, who is an agribusiness specialist. We have a number of programs here. We have a diploma in farm resource management. We have a Bachelor of Science in Agricultural Economics. We have a Bachelor of Science in Agribusiness Management. The fourth department is the Department of Animal Science. The chairman of the department is Dr. Anthony Kingori. We have a diploma in this department. This is Diploma in Livestock Resource Management, and we have a Bachelor of Science in Animal Science and Technology. So those are the main 4 departments in the Faculty of Agriculture. The programs in this department is practical-oriented programs. We do basic sciences in the first year and part of second year, and in the third and fourth year, you do actually professional courses in the departments. And as I say, it's practical-oriented. We have practicals that complements the theory work in the departments. So you do theory in the class, and then you have practicals. And these practicals can be either in the lab or in the farm. The exams in this department is done in a number of ways. Normally, we are given assignments. We have takeaway exams or assignments, and then we have CATS, that is continuous assessment tests, and then we have the final. The CATS constitute 30% of the total, and this includes the practicals. The final exams constitute 70%. In addition to the class theory and practicals, for the diploma, they do attachments at the end of their second year. And this attachment is to the areas of their specialization. So if you are in dairy technology diploma, then you have to go into a dairy technology plant or a food science plant that is dairy related. If you are in animal science, you'll have to do an attachment in an animal science related field. If you are in agricultural economics or agribusiness management, then you have to do practical at the end of your second year. The same applies to horticulture students. For the BSc, they do their field attachment at the end of the third year. And these attachments, both for the BSc and diploma, minimum is 8 weeks. whereby you will be attached to the area of your specialization. There, you also go and learn what you have practiced or what you have learned in the classrooms. And you'll be assessed in a number of ways while you're in the field attachment. You will be assessed by the people who you're working with in the factory. You'll be assessed also by your lecturers who will come and visit you once or twice while you are in the attachment. Or if we can't access it, then they'll come and assess you at the university. But we prefer to assess you right in the field where you are doing the attachment. So as I said, it takes 8 weeks minimum, but it can take longer if the institution allows you and you are willing to continue until the beginning of your 4th year or 3rd year if you are doing diploma. In the final year, you are also exposed to industry, whereby we invite the people who are in your area of specialization to come and give you talks in programs which we call seminars. You're actually supposed to do yourself prepare a seminar that you will present. And also we invite people from the different sectors in the industry to come and give you what to expect when you go into the field. Let me take this opportunity to welcome you to Egerton University. It is one of the premium agricultural institutions. And when you're here, you learn all you need to learn about agriculture. And it is a hands-on experience, such that when you live here, you actually can fit into the area of your specialization. What we encourage our students also in the programs is that we teach them what we call the agribusiness. So anybody who is doing a program in Faculty of Agriculture is supposed to actually can be self-employed or he can be employed. And when you're self-employed, it means you can start an industry of your area of specialization. If you're in agriculture economics, you can start an agribusiness. If you're in dairy technology, you can start a business that involves the production of value-added dairy products. If you're in animal science, you can start an animal husbandry program that is self-employed. Last but not the least, I would welcome you to Egerton University, and I wish you all the best. And as I said, I'm the Dean Faculty of Agriculture, and my name is Abdul Faraj. I'm an alumni of Egerton University. I did a diploma in food science and technology before I went for further studies, where I did my BSc and MSc and PhD in various universities in Canada. So you can make it, and we welcome you. Our contacts are Dean Faculty of Agriculture at egerton.ac.ke, and the telephone number is 701-772-844. You're welcome, and thank you. Good morning, freshers. As from that preview, you know now what is in agriculture, and as it was introduced in that video, my name is Professor Abdul Faraj. I'm the Dean Faculty of Agriculture, and I welcome you all to Egerton University. As I said, this is a premium agricultural university, and therefore, when you come here into the Faculty of Agriculture, you are in one of the best faculties in the country, in the region, and maybe in Africa in terms of agricultural courses. So welcome, and as you have been told, you can ask the question directly, or you can send your question via the Zoom. There are people who are taking questions and will respond to your questions so that you, as wherever you are, you can answer, or you can get answers to whatever queries you have. As you have been told, the call-in is 711-08244. So I'm welcoming you. Any questions that you have concerning the Faculty of Agriculture? As I said in the video, we have four departments. We have the Department of Agriculture Economics and Agribusiness Management, and I'm sure many of you are actually in that department, either coming to do Bachelor of Science in Agribusiness Management or Agricultural Economics. Then we have the Department of Dairy and Food Science and Technology, which has programs, Dairy Technology and Management, and also Food Science and Technology. We also have the Department of Horticulture, Horticulture and Soils, which have 4 programs. They have BSc in Agriculture, BSc in Horticulture, BSc in Soil Science and Land Use Management. And then we have the last department, Department of Animal Sciences, and they have a BSc in Animal Science and Technology. And in all these programs, we have also diplomas. Unfortunately, this year we don't have any students who are taking diploma, but if you know anybody who wants to come and do diploma, we have a diploma in farm resource management, diploma in dairy technology, and diploma in livestock resource management, and diploma in horticulture. So those are the programs. In addition, if we have any postgraduates online, we have all the postgraduate courses for masters and PhD. So let your questions come, we'll answer them. And as a brief history, this faculty is the oldest faculty in the university. It is one of the faculties that started when Egerton School of Agriculture started in 1939. And it was mainly to train the white youth or boys or young men who came back from war so that they can go into agriculture. So the colonial government started this institution to train them in agriculture so that they can start or go into the agricultural enterprises. Chat. Okay. I didn't see it. Okay. There is a question that I'm seeing coming in. Somebody is asking what does agribusiness mean? And with me here today is actually Professor Patience Mushenga, who is the head of department in the Department of Agricultural Economics and Agribusiness, and he'll actually answer you in detail. I welcome Professor Patience Mushenga to come and respond to that question.
Good morning. I welcome all of you to the Faculty of Agriculture, especially to the Department of Agricultural Economics and Agribusiness Management. My name is Professor Patience Mshenga. And let me say that I am proud to be an alumni of Egerton University. And personally, we were in the first lot in Egerton University in Kenya and in East Africa and in Africa at large to do the program Bachelor of Agribusiness Management. Now, the question in most of your minds this morning, for those who have been called to undertake the Bachelor of Agribusiness Management, is what is agribusiness? If we are looking at agriculture, then for the agricultural sector to be the source of economic growth for this country, then agribusiness has to come into play. And when we are talking about agribusiness management, then we are looking at the whole value chain. So we have activities in production, and when I talk about agricultural production, it can either be crop production or animal production. For example, if a farmer decides that they are going to grow vegetables, that is agribusiness. If a farmer decides that he or she is going to keep chicken for sale, that is agribusiness. So that is production. Apart from production, we are also talking about the farm inputs. For example, if we are looking at the production of fertilizers, if we are looking at the production of farm agrochemicals, etc., that is still agribusiness. And then another input involved in the production is finances. So if we are talking about financing the agricultural sector, for example, the banks that give loans to farmers such that they can be able to produce, that is still agribusiness. Also, agribusiness involves logistics. And here, we are looking at how the produce can be able to come from the farm to the market. So we have agribusiness logistics. That is still part of agribusiness. And we are looking also at the processing of the agricultural products. So if we have any organizations that deal with processing of, for example, milk, etc., then that is still part of agribusiness. And the last aspect of agribusiness, of course, deals with the consumers. How do consumers consume the agri-related products? So we have several activities that are involved in agribusiness. And therefore, as agribusiness students, we find that you have a lot of opportunities when it comes to the job market, because you can be involved in several activities or you can be employed in several organizations, right from production up to consumption of the agri-related products. Thank you so much. Okay, there is another question here. Okay. There is another question. How many units are there in agribusiness? Now, when we are talking about the number of units or the number of courses that are there in agribusiness, in the agribusiness program, then we have to get into the curriculum for the Bachelor of Agribusiness Management. And here, we are talking about an average of 7 courses per semester. An average of 7 courses per semester. We cannot get to less than 7 courses per semester, but we can get to more than 7 courses per semester. So if we are talking about 2 semesters in an academic year, and then we have 4 academic years, then multiply by 7. So for those 7, you can either add 2 or 1 per semester, but we cannot get to less than 7. The other question was or is on employment. I think I've already talked about the employment opportunities in agribusiness, and here I have said that one can be employed either to be a farm manager, that is in production, or one can be employed in financial institutions, for example, the banks, such that they can be able to deal with agricultural finances, or others can be employed in the processing sector, agri-processing sector, such that they can be managers in those sectors. Another area of employment, of course, is in the public service, especially in the Ministry of Agriculture. And if we are looking at the Ministry of Agriculture, right now the country is focusing on how to commercialize the agricultural sector. And agribusiness is a very major, or it is a major player in such an endeavor. So one can be employed in the public sector in the Ministry of Agriculture. And one also can also be employed in the agri-input processing industries. For example, agrochemical companies, fertilizer producing companies, milk processing companies, etc. The next question is on what does agricultural economics entail? Okay. Many a times when we get students, especially first years like you, then there is that question about what is the delineating factor between agribusiness management and agricultural economics programs. Now, these programs, both of them are offered in the same department. And let me say that most at times, you are going to find that both groups of students, that is those taking agricultural economics and those taking agribusiness management, you will be doing similar courses. So you will be attending similar courses, but the major difference between these two programs is that as one focuses on business, that is the agribusiness, the other one focuses on economics and policy. So we have that major difference. Here, when we talk about policy, then we are looking at what we usually call the macro environment. And when we are talking about macro environment, I know this may be bigger terms for you right now, but when you come to the university, then you will be able to understand this. When we are talking about policy, we are talking about what strategies will be able to be put in place in order to drive the agricultural sector to greater productivity in the country. So here we are looking at a bigger picture. Whereas when we are talking about agribusiness, then we are looking at the farm, or we are looking at an organization. So that is the major difference. Now, when we are looking at agricultural economics in terms of employment then we find that the organizations that may be able to employ the students who have pursued agribusiness management may also employ the students who have pursued agricultural economics. But now, when the students who have pursued agricultural economics are employed, for them, when they are working, they will mostly focus on policy issues. Another area that I would wish to highlight to you that can be an opportunity when it comes to employment are the non-governmental organizations that deal with agriculture and international organizations that deal with agriculture. All these can be opportunities for employment for the students in agribusiness and agricultural economics. Thank you. There is a question on agricultural extension, but I will not get into this because agricultural extension is in the Faculty of Education. So in the afternoon, for the students who are in the Faculty of Education, or for the person who's asked this question, you can be able to attend the afternoon session so that you get to know more about agricultural extension. Thank you.
There's a question here. What is animal science and what does it lead to? Actually, we have one BSc program in animal science, and that is the BSc in Animal Science and Technology. And as I said, there's also a diploma in Livestock Resource Management. So I'll talk on the Bachelor of Science in Animal Science and Technology. And as I said, the chairman of the department is a colleague who is known as Dr. Anthony Kingori. Unfortunately, he could not be with us here today because of the COVID-19 pandemic. He's held somewhere. Animal science, this is a degree that deals with the subject of animal science. It does in animal production or livestock systems, and anything that relates to animal science. In terms of its production, and in animal science, we deal with all the animals, right from the cattle, both milk and beef. We also deal with pigs, poultry, sheep and goats, and any livestock that you think that are being bred in Kenya are studied during this course. The question goes on and said, is it related to veterinary medicine? It is not. Actually, we have another faculty here that is known as the Faculty of Veterinary Medicine, and that deals, veterinary medicine just deals with the diseases. So most of the diseases that affects livestock is dealt with in animal or rather in veterinary medicine. So they are related in a way, but they are in two different faculties. One is in terms of production and the systems of production, and the other one deals with the diseases and the products that comes out of the animals or toxic products. Please, let's have more questions if there are any other questions. And we have more questions that are coming in, and we'll respond to them. Somebody is asking, what are the job opportunities in food science and technology, and what does food science and technology entails? As I mentioned, actually I'm a food science and technology, so this is my area of specialization. Food science and technology means that actually you'll be studying
apart from the science of food, you look at the value addition of the food. And when you're talking about food, we are looking at the crops as a food and also animals as a food. So in food science, you will be taught the basic sciences as it relates to food science and also value addition in the food science. And what are the job opportunities? There are actually so many job opportunities in food science. Any food, by the way, as you know, no human being can live without food. So food science, there's always a job because somebody somewhere will have to eat. Even me, I had to take breakfast in the morning and all of us. So job opportunities are there, and whatever you are eating there as value added is actually being value added by a food technologist. So you can work in the food industry, and we have so many food industries that you can think of. From whichever town you are calling from or where you are, there is a food processing plant, whether it's a tea industry, whether it's a milk processing, whether it's a meat industry, whether it's a sugar belt, or whether it is in areas where we have cassava, potatoes, all those, they're always areas of food value addition. So food scientists work in the food-related industries. That is one area. The other area where food scientists actually work in is in research. Food science have to do research as pertains to food and human health. What are the nutrients are in this food, and when they consume, what are the value or nutritional value that whoever consumes the food gets. So they work in the research, and they can also work in hospitals, whereby they can actually also advise in terms of what type of food people can consume. Apart from those two, food industries actually, as I mentioned in that video, you can actually start your own business. If, for example, you're doing dairy tech, a product in dairy technology, so you can start an industry to start producing value addition. For example, in milk, you can produce ice cream, you can produce fermented milk, mala, you can produce yogurt. In advanced production, you can go into cheese. So you can actually be self-employed where you are in food science by starting your industry in a small way and build it up. Most of the food industries that you see here that are huge actually started as small industries, and they expand as the business expand. So that is what food science entails. The other question, there's also a question here that it says, will there be online classes? Yes, there'll be online classes, and actually, it is going to start, I think, on 1st of September. At the end of this orientation, virtual orientation week, we are going to start online classes, and you'll be told on how we'll start these online classes. Already, those classes are on for the masters and PhD, and the bachelors are also doing some classes. That is the second year, third year, and fourth years. The ongoing classes have started. Those are the questions. As I'm waiting for more questions, I would like to talk to you about projects funding in the faculty. As I said, the Faculty of Agriculture is one of the oldest. And as of now, actually, it is also one of those faculties in the university that has a lot of research going on. We have a number of big programs in the faculty. One of them is actually called SESAM. If you look at the website, you'll see a project called SESAM. This stands for Center of Excellence in Sustainable Agriculture and Agribusiness Management. And this program supports masters and PhD students. For the masters, of course, you must have passed with the upper second and above. And for PhD, you must have had a master's degree with the thesis. And these are very competitive programs, and we are taking students from all sub-Saharan Africa, and it's a full scholarship program whereby they pay for your all tuition fees, they pay for your research funds, and they give you subsistence. So it's a program that is fully funded, and once you get it, you can be sure that unless something happens, you are in good hands to complete your master's or PhD. So it's a very competitive program, and you find that the recruitment is also competitive. So we look at the performance. Most times you find that most people will have first class and above for the masters. But we also take good students who have second class upper division. The other program that is the CSAM program was a 5-year program, and we have already completed 3 years, and we have 2 more years. So you may not, if you are a first year, you may not be able to join the program, because by the time you finish your undergraduate, the program will end. But if you know somebody who's interested, let them be on the lookout. When we advertise, they can apply and seek recruitment. The other program we have is actually termed as TAGDEV, TAGDEV, TAGDEV. However, it stands for Transforming African Agricultural Universities to Meaningfully Contribute to Growth and Development. This is also a fully funded program. It is actually funded through MasterCard. It's funded by MasterCard through RUFORUM. That is the Regional African Agricultural Universities. This RUFORUM is actually based in Kampala, Uganda. And this program supports only bachelor's, undergraduates, and masters. Remember, the CSAM was for masters and PhD. For TAGDEV, it is masters and BSc. And it is also a fully funded scholarship, whereby they pay for your tuition, they pay for all your needs in terms of subsistence, and they'll also pay for your research. The program also has an agribusiness component, and I'll call my colleague when I'm finished to come and talk about this agribusiness incubation centers through the TAGDEV program. So once I'm done with the programs in the faculty, I'll invite her once again. The other programs that we have that are funded is by the African Development Bank, and this also supports master students. We have also students who are actually funded by the DAD. DAD is a scholarship program by the German government. We also have a number of funding, different small funding groups that funds students in the Faculty of Agriculture, but mainly for masters and PhD. For the undergraduate is mainly the TAGDEV. And as first years, you can also, when you come in, you can look at the program and see how it can assist you. So it's a faculty that has a lot of funding in terms of assisting students from poor background and who have challenges in fees. So they can look at those programs and ask or seek financial assistance. As we always say in Egerton, our main aim is actually trying to transform lives through quality education. So when you're here, we try to give you quality education. And of course, when you have challenges of fees and the rest, you may not be able to get quality education. But through this funding or donors, we can assist our students. Thank you, and we'll take more questions. As the interlude comes in, I'll invite my colleague to address the agribusiness questions online. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Once again, would wish to talk about the incubation activities that we have at the Faculty of Agriculture and in Egerton University in general. As the Dean said, our programs mostly encompass experiential learning. What we mean by this is that we have a lot of practicals, such that as students, once you get out, after your 4 years, then you have the skills and the competencies for you to be able to fit into the job market. And one of the things that we have been encouraging as a faculty is that students can be able to be self-employed after they complete their programs. And as such, the faculty and the university has come up with incubation centers whereby we can be able to give grants to the students to set up their own enterprises and run them when they are still in campus. So we have an incubation center in Koelib, and we have another one in the Department of Agricultural Economics and Agribusiness Management. And also, there is another one which is for the university. Therefore, as students, we are encouraging you that once you come into the university, then you can be able to participate in these incubation centers. And what is offered in these incubation centers, there are different services that are offered. First, we have trainings. And these trainings can be in terms of the different activities when it comes to maybe production of different kinds of crops or different kinds of innovations. For example, for those who are good in IT or ICT, you can come up with maybe ICT applications that can be able to help in the agricultural sector. Also, we have activities that will help the students to come up with maybe farm implements. As you know, we know that our farmers still use maybe the hose that they were using from all that time, long time ago, but now we are saying that we want to make the farming business to be far much easier. And therefore, if you are good in maybe developing such implements, then we can be able to support you so that you can come up with implements, farm implements and farm machinery or farm tools that can be used by the farming communities. Also, we have other students who are supported to come up with other agribusiness development services. For example, when we are looking at marketing applications that can be able to support groups of farmers such that they can be able to market their crops, linking the farmers to the markets. So there are different types of trainings that will be offered, for example, in financial management, in marketing, in human resource management, and in general management of the enterprises. So we are encouraging you, once you come to the universities, kindly do link up with these incubation centers. And our focus right now as a university is not to train students who will graduate and go out there and start tamarking looking for jobs. Our focus as a university is to train students who will go out there with the skills and competencies to start and run their own enterprises for self-employment and also for the employment of others, such that we can be able to overcome the challenge of unemployment that we are facing as a country and as a continent at large. So the ball is on your side as students. Kindly, when you come, Make sure that you take hold of these opportunities and you run with them. Do not just come here and you sit. Please, there are so many opportunities for you. Thank you.
So you know now what agribusiness and agri-entrepreneurship is, and that's what we're encouraging our students to be self-employed rather than be seeking for employment. Actually, we want our students to be self-employed and job creators rather than job seekers. As we have said, we try to train you with hands-on so that you can be self-sufficient. There's a question here. Somebody wants to know, to transfer to agriculture, should you have done agriculture in high school? The answer is actually no. You don't have to have done agriculture in high school, but there are certain core subjects that you should have done in high school. For example, you need to have done a course of a language, English or Kiswahili, mathematics, and biology. And then depending on what department you want to come to, then that's when your fourth cluster subject comes in. So you don't have to have done agriculture, but most of the programs in agriculture requires biology as one of the subjects in the cluster groups. So please, if you want to transfer to agriculture, you are welcome, and we welcome students to come and do agricultural courses. As I said, agriculture will always need food, so there's always be employed, either self-employment or be employed in one of the agricultural institutions. So please ask questions. You can also ask online. We have people on call centers to pick your calls. And as we said earlier, the call number is 0711 082 44. So if you have any questions and you can't write on the chat, you can actually ask direct and somebody will pick it and bring it to me to respond to your questions.
Yeah, we will. Let me. This is how. Thank you very much, Faculty of Agriculture, led by Professor Faraj and Professor Mshenga. I would like, wherever you are, please just let's appreciate the Dean, Faculty of Agriculture. You can clap, you can nod your head, you can send a message on the chat to appreciate the Faculty of Agriculture. And I would like to remind us that in the continuing programs during orientation, when we have question time, Please limit your side chats. Send the questions instead. Don't side. Okay, when you side chat, we are not able to see the questions very fast. So try very hard to hold your side chats and ask questions, especially when it is the faculty requiring you to ask questions. So now I would like to remind you of the call center. You can still send in your questions even if the faculty of agriculture has left. The call center is 0711 082 444. So you make a phone call and your question will be responded to. And for you to access the entire program, you go to the website firstyears.egerton.ac.ke. Then you need to like our Facebook page, Egerton University, Transforming Lives Through Quality Education. Then you also subscribe to our YouTube channel at Egerton University, _official. Those of us who are on Zoom, who like to use Zoom, when you access the website, the firstyears.egerton.ac.ke, you scroll down, you will find the Zoom link. If you like to change from one platform to the other, the Zoom link is there. You use it. The password is there also. So you follow us also on Twitter at Egerton Uni, Kenya. So we are now almost closing this, unless there is another question coming in. We are not seeing any question coming in, so we are going to close the session. We want to thank you for being here, students of Faculty of Agriculture. But keep your questions coming, as I've told you. So we are going to have a prayer first. A prayer. We shall now go the reverse. We shall do our prayer. And then we will have our national anthem, our Egerton anthem, East African, and then Egerton anthem. And then we will end the morning session. In the afternoon, we shall have Faculty of Education. So members who are in the house now and are members of Faculty of Education, you are admitted in the Faculty of Education. Make sure you don't miss. Log in early. And lastly, I would like to remind you to read our orientation etiquette, which is online, so that you can remind yourself on how to interact during this orientation. So get ready for our prayer so that we can close this session.
We can pray to finish. Our Heavenly Father, we are thankful once more that we've come to the end of our morning session. Thank you that you've been with us. Thank you for what you've been able to do for the remaining part of the day. Be with us. Be with our freshmen and women. Give them the energy and capacity to remain on until the end of the program. And bless us all, Father, for we ask all this in Jesus' name.
God of the universe, to thee we pray. Bless our university, a world-class varsity for humanity advancement. Egerton University we are. Passion for excellence, devotion to duty, professionalism, thus until in one accord, Egerton University we are. Ushirikiano na haki kwa wote, elimu hakika, tunapata ujuzi wa maendeleo ya kimataifa. Egerton chuo chetu cha hakika, kwa ufanisi kujitolea, utenda kazi milele, tukiungana kwa pamoja. Egerton chuo chetu cha hakika. In our varsity is set to achieve great opportunities through research and transforming lives through quality education. Egerton University we are. Kwa ufanisi kujitolea, utenda kazi milele, tukiungana kwa pamoja. Egerton chuo chetu cha haki.